They change actually the screen for one prep. Okay, let's go here, question bank, and let's find out. Okay, we said that we're gonna go to predicted test, print the arrow, practice papers. Last time I asked you to do practice 2, module 2 hard. So I'm gonna go here and start going, continue with time start. Then I'm gonna do the question by pressing next, not to take time. So I'm gonna come here, I submit it, and here it will tell me congratulations. Till now, I don't have the mark. Till now, I don't have the mark. I'm gonna make view results. And now the mark will appear with the title. If you just put me the mark without the title, I'm not gonna accept it. I know that sometimes it will come for you like this one, and it will ask you to upgrade for this one. We don't need to upgrade. You can just take a video. You can take a video and scroll down, and I'm gonna see the mark. If you can't cancel, Sherry, may you tell us how you cancel this one?
It had an X for some reason.
Uh, I can't find it, the X. Okay, so even if you can't cancel like mine, just you are gonna take a video. I want the title. I want the title. Did the main thing for me, and scroll down to get the mark. Don't give me two pictures. Did the title, yes. Don't give me two pictures. Give me a video because I'm one that's suspecting others. أنا من الناس اللي بيسموها نفس اللوامة. ف I need to see both of them together. Both of them together, whether in a video or in a picture. Don't give me two pictures. I'm not gonna agree on. I'm not gonna believe that this is the test. Okay? This is something inside myself. It's not relating to you or your characteristic. It's something related to me as Tamer, not relate to anybody. I like to see the mark and the title in the same pictures. If you can't, take a video. If you can, take a video. Okay. Uh, Today, actually, we're gonna go to revise the test that we answered last time. I'm sorry, that we answered last time. This test, that test two, and you did it in mine, in my website. Let me send you the test. Then we're gonna do page by page, page by page. Let me send it for you first. Okay, I have sent test two together for you. And what will happen today, while I'm explaining the answer, I'm gonna do something that you're gonna like it. Because you know that we start with domain 2. So I'm gonna explain after you answer the mistakes and the skill with the domain itself. And I'm gonna make a PDF that I'm gonna send it for you. My explanation for this part with the example that I'm telling you about. So now start solving number 1, number 2, and number 3, and write it by number, please. 1, 2, and 3, and write it on the chat box. 1, 2, and 3. kindly open your camera. And if you have a problem in your internet, okay, it's okay. But if you don't have problem, please open your cameras. Some people are not opening.
والله يا مستر مش شغالة، قلت لك من last class.
ماشي، انا بقول اللي شغالة يفتح. Okay, I start getting the answer, waiting for all of you. Number one, number two, and number three.
شفت عن حضرتك نزل السكرين بتاع الشاشة عشان أنا
في
بدأت
حد
الكلية.
بيتكلم يا شباب وفتح الفويس؟
أنا مستر نور، حضرتك سامعني؟
اه بس بعيد الصوت خالص يا نور.
طيب. أنا بس كنت عايزة حضرتك تنزل
اه
السكرين تحت
اوكي.
كده عشان
Number
مش راضي يفتح
three.
معايا.
I
اه
sent actually to the WhatsApp يا نور. The sheet, the whole sheet.
بس مش راضي يحمل عندي.
اوكي اوكي يا نور، يلا. Okay, let's see the answer for the people that they sent. I got the answer for Muhammad Vagari for number one. And for number two. And for number three. For Ryan for number one and number two and number three. For Majd, you have to write the number, Majd, please. Number one, number two, and number three. Uh, okay. For Cherry also, I got number one, number two, and number three. Rafif, I got the answer. For Muhammad Daich. Okay, so Muhammad, change. Okay, so the last one, Muhammad. I got number one, number two, and number three. For Rahaf, what this Rahaf? No, don't do that, ya Rahaf. It's uploaded and it's a problem. Right, Rahaf, right. Or Rahaf Abdikrim left. There's something happening, Rahaf. I don't know. From Ali Morsi, I got number one, number two, and number three. Joanna, I got also one number one, number two, and number three. Rimas, I got Rimas Togi. I got number one, number two, and number three. Why you have many people they didn't answer? Yusuf Yusri, I got number one, number two, and number three. Let's find now the people that they didn't answer. Rahaf is here. No, she is not. Okay, Noor, I got number one, number two, and number three. So Ahmed Said is not here. Ali Swalem is not here. Okay, all these people are not here. Rimas Tamer, still your answer. You didn't. Okay, I got it from you. I got number one, number two, and number three. Muhammad Fenza is not here. Okay, Nardine Rahaf is not here. Okay. Okay. I got the answer from all of you. And number one, especially, we have a lot of mistakes from different people. So let's find together. And as I told you, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make what I told you about, that I'm gonna make a kind of summary for how can we solve the questions related to vocab. So just to know that the vocab question is the first skill in domain 2. When we come to answer the vocab questions, number one, we have to go to the choices. And number one, after you go to the choices, I'm sorry, you have to find the connotation for each word. What does it mean, connotation? The connotation is completely different from the denotation. The connotation is the word carry a positive meaning or negative meaning. Raf is here again. Raf. No, don't send me a picture, Raf. Don't send me a picture, Raf. It's a big problem for me. Just write the answer, please. So as we said, for the connotation, each word carries a positive meaning, negative meaning, or neutral meaning. Let's find now the connotation for each word. If you find that we have three positive and one negative, so like that, you have to suspect that the answer is the negative one, the odd one out. But you have to go to the context clue to discover that you are right or wrong. Whenever you have a neutral word, the connotation is neutral, at that time, go to the context clue directly. Okay, let's find the words right now and an example in front of us. We have here the word complementary. And complementary, it's a positive word. Complementary, it's a positive word. And its meaning to work together, to complete each other. So it's positive. The second word is unknown. And you know, unknown means not known. Some people are gonna say that it's negative, but I'm gonna go with neutral. I'm gonna go with neutral. The third one, disparate. Disparate. Disparate means very different from one another. Very different from one another. And at that time, so it's gonna be disparate, it's gonna be also neutral. So different from one another. I'm just writing the meaning just to memorize them. Interchangeable. Interchangeable means able to replace each other. Able to replace each other without changing the result. The key words or the meaning of the words are so important. So, it's a neutral, Dr. Tamer. Now we have one positive and three neutral. So are we gonna choose the positive because it's the odd one out? As I told you before, whenever we have a neutral, even if it's one, go to the context clue. Go to the context clue. So let's find out. The work of Kiowa painter T.C. Cannon derived its power in part from the tension among his influences. We need now the word. Till now we don't have keywords. But we have here colon. We have here colon. And you know from domain 4 boundaries that what come after the colon, whether it's explanation or examples. So it will give me the meaning that I want. Here he said classic European portraiture with its realistic treatment of faces, the American pop art movement with its vivid colors and flat style, the intertribal painting style that reject the effect of depth typically achieved through shading and perspective. And as you find here, we have three in a list, and each one of them is different from the other. So the word is gonna be disparate for the people that they got it wrong. Then the first one that relate to the vocabulary. I'm just giving you an example. Let's go to the second one. The first one who got it wrong, Ali Mursi, Rimas, Joanna, Noor. The second one, again, we're gonna go to the connotation of each word. Widespread, widespread means existing or happening in many places among many people. So existing, منتشر يعني. So it's a neutral. Careful, you know that giving close attention, it's positive. Unintended, not planned. Not planned, negative. Anything that is not planned, negative. Infrequent, not happening often, so neutral. Okay, so right now, again, we have two neutral, one positive, one negative. What we're gonna do? I'm gonna repeat again. Whenever we have neutral, you have to go to the context clue. Here he said in the early 18s, the Cherokee scholar Sukoya created the first script or writing system for an indigenous language in the United States. Because it represented the sounds of spoken Cherokee so accurately, his script was easy to learn and thus quickly achieved what use? Again, we have the colon. And what come after the colon? Explanation or example. By 1830, over 90% of the Cherokee people could read and write it. So it's widespread. It's widespread. And all of you got it right. The last one, number 3. Acknowledged. And acknowledged means recognized or accepted. Recognized or accepted. So it's positive. Ensured. Ensured makes something certain that something would happen. So positive. To be sure about something. Denied. To refuse something. It's negative. Underestimated. Underestimated means to just think about something that it's less important. Less important. To make something less important. So it's negative. Now, Dr. Tamer, we have two negative, two positive. Now we are going to go context clue, but here is completely different. Why? You're going to find that the text is positive, so I'm going to cancel the negative. Negative, so I'm going to cancel the positive. Take care that sometimes he want the negative, but he give you not before it. Not before it. So if you write negative after not, means it's gonna be positive. How? If I'm gonna say not ugly, so it's beautiful, so it's positive. Take care of that. So let's find first to decide that it's positive or negative. When Mexican American archaeologist Zelia Maria Magdalena Nuttall published her 1886 research paper on sculptures found at the ancient indigenous city of Tulcan in present-day Mexico. Till now, we don't know that it's positive or negative. Other researcher readily her work as groundbreaking, positive. This recognition, positive, stemmed from her convincing demonstration that the sculptures were much older than had previously been thought. Thank you. It's not negative. So made certain, ensured, or acknowledged? No, acknowledged. Acknowledged, because here he said recognized, recognition, recognized. So the answer is A. No one got it wrong. So let's go to the other parts. You're gonna solve number 4 and number 5. Solve number 4 and number 5. Okay, Noor asked me a question. What if I don't know the meaning of the vocab? You have actually to connect it to something you know it more. Because of that, you have to memorize a lot of vocab that we are taking together. Every day we're taking new vocab. So memorize them, write them down, start memorizing them, use them. Ya Noor. I got the answer from 4 and 5 from Rahaf. I'm checking. Some people wrote both of them. I'm gonna announce now who didn't answer. Okay, let me see now. Yusuf Yusri still. Ryan is still another one. Yusuf Yusri still. I'm waiting for Ryan for number 5 and Yusuf Yusri for number 4 and 5. Okay, I got the answer. For number 4, we have Rahaf and Noor. For number 4, they have mistakes and let's find. In number 4, again, we're gonna go to the connotation. The first word here is implement. Implement. And the word implement means to put a law or to plan. Or I'm sorry, to put a law, to put a plan. So it's a neutral. Also, some people are gonna say that it's positive, and I'm gonna go that it's positive. But son, no, neutral, because sometimes I'm gonna put a plan for deceiving someone. So to plan or to put a law. The word after presume or presume means to believe something is true. To believe something is true. So to believe, it's a neutral also. Yes, Ryan.
Mr. I have a question. It was between A and C, and I didn't know which one, so I put A. Why is it not C also?
I'm gonna tell you right now. You have a
Okay.
context clue up. Okay.
Okay.
So let me explain, and you're gonna find by the end why it's A, not C. Take care. Believing هنا without any full proof. Improvise. Improvise to create. Like when I'm explaining right now. I'm not prepared with something, but I'm improvising. What come in my mind, I start saying. So it's a neutral. Improvise to create without preparation. Not all the time is gonna be good. The last one, mimic. Mimic to copy. Copycat. Copy someone, action, behavior. Sometimes it's negative, but I'm gonna say that, yeah, it's a negative. It's completely negative. To copy. So, because we have 3 neutral, we're gonna go to the context clue. And as Ryan said, I'm between A and C. Why I don't choose C? according to the context clue. Here he said, like other tribal nation, the Muskie Creek Nation is self-governing. Self-governing. Its national council generates laws. Take care, I said to plan. Here, to put a plan, to put a law. And here he said, generates laws, regulating aspects of community life such as land use and healthcare. While the principal, chief, and cabinet officials, those laws, implement them by devising policies, create, and administering service, managing in accordance with them. So it can't be improvised, because improvise is going to be create without preparation, and we can't create any kind of law without preparation, ya Ryan. So implement, to plan, to apply. Clear, Ryan?
Okay.
Number 5. Okay, let me, because this and you. 1. Now, as you can find, this also domain 2. Just wait, please. This also domain 2. So, as we said, this is the second skill in domain 2. But the second skill in domain 2 consists of main purpose, the structure, and the function of the underlying sentence. So this one of the sub skills under the skill of main purpose and structure. As you can find, how can I know the question? We're going to find that he said in the question, the main purpose. What you're going to do right now, read the first sentence of the text and the last sentence. Forget about the introduction, if there is an introduction like this question. So I'm going to read the first sentence and the last sentence. The first sentence and the last sentence. Then I'm going to go to the choices to find which one match the first and last sentence. Here he said, Miss Pine sat by the window watching her hair best dress, looking stately and calm. She seldom went out now. She never, seldom. And it was almost time for the carriage, so she is waiting for something. The last sentence. The beautiful old house stood wide open to the long expected guest. Yes, so she was waiting for someone to come. So because of that, the beautiful old house, this is a kind of what? This is a kind of personification, if you remember. Okay, let's find. To convey the worries about brought about by a new guest, there is a new guest. But is she worried? No, he said here beautiful. And here she said looking stately and calm. No, she is not worried at all. Thank you. To describe how the characters have changed over time, it's only one character and another that is a guest. And she doesn't talk about any kind of change. To contrast the activity indoors with the stillness outside, actually is still or calm inside, not outside. Not outside. So there is something wrong. So this is level 1. Look at the last one. To depict the setting, time and place. Setting in the time and place. As the characters await a visitor arrival, yes, this is what we mentioned. And if you want to be sure, after you find the answer, you can read the whole text. And you're going to find that your answer is right. But don't read the whole text from the beginning. Don't read the whole text from the beginning, because it's going to be wrong. The first sentence, the last sentence, forget about the introduction. So who got it number 5 wrong? No one. No one. Let's go to another paper. Number 6 and number 7. We are still in domain 2. Number 6 and number 7. I got the answer from Rahaf. From Sherry. Number 6 from Muhammad Vagari, still number 7. And waiting for the rest. From Rafif. From Ryan, only number 6. From Fagari, Muhammad Fagari, number 7. Muhammad Daych, only number 6, waiting for number 7. Ali Mursi, number 6 and number 7. Muhammad Daych, number 7. Joanna, number 6 and number 7. Okay, okay. So I got it from Noor, number 6 and number 7. I got from Rimes Tobgi, number 6 and number 7. Still waiting for others. They still solving. Take care that this one actually solved last time. I'm waiting for Majd, Yusuf Yusri, Rimas, Tamer, Ryan, number 7. So I got it from Ryan, number 7. And from Majd, number 6 and 7. Still waiting for Yusuf Yusri, Rimas Tamer. Um, Ryan, your previous answer was right, Ryan, for number 6. Don't change anything. So I got from Rimas Tamer, number 6 and 7. Waiting for Yusuf Yusri. A new skill that we're going to explain right now, the function of the underlying sentence. It's a sub-skill. Okay, and from Yusuf Yusri, number 6 and number 7. Number 6, we have one. I'm not going to say name. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 got it wrong. Why? We didn't know. Let's find number 6. When we come to answer number 6, it's the function of the underlying sentence. Number 6 again, it's in domain 2, in skill number 2. That is called the purpose and structure. Here, it's one of the sub-skill that talk about the function of the underlying sentence. The function of the underlying sentence. So when we come to answer this question, we read a sentence before and sentence after. But the answer actually is on the underlying part. The answer actually is on the underlying part. So here he said, astronomers are confident that the star Betelgeuse will eventually consume all the helium in its core and explode in a supernova. Okay, the sentence now that we need from it, the answer. They are much less confident. So here they are confident that this star will consume the helium and explode. But the sentence that we need the underlined part in, or the function of the underlined part in, he said that they are less confident. However, about when this will happen, since that depends on internal characteristics of Betelgeuse that are largely unknown. So they don't know exactly when this will happen. The sentence after, astrophysics Sarvenial Badri Nance and colleagues recently investigated whether acoustic waves in the star could be used to determine internal stellar states, but concluded that this method could not sufficiently reveal Betelgeuse's internal characteristic to allow its evolutionary state to be firmly fixed. So the sentence after the underline, he talked about that a team start discovering when this will happen, but they didn't succeed. So let's find now the function of the underline. He said here, it explains how the work of Nance and colleague was received by others in the field. In the underlined part, actually, he didn't talk about Nance and colleagues. He never mentioned them. He never mentioned them. Here he mentioned the astronomers, that they are confident about this star that will explode, but they are not confident about when this will happen. So we didn't talk about that, and we didn't talk about how others received it. No, thank you. So this answer is wrong. It presents the central finding reported by Nance and colleagues. Till now, we didn't mention Nance and colleagues. So how the underlined part is the central finding? It identified the problem that Nance and colleagues attempt to solve but didn't. Yes, did the problem. And here they start to solve it in the sentence after, but they couldn't. They couldn't. So it can be. It described a serious limitation, also a problem, of the method used by Nance and colleagues. We didn't mention the method. We didn't mention Nance and colleagues here. Nance and colleagues start to be mentioned after. So the answer is C. The answer is C. Okay, you want me to mention your name actually. Okay, after number 7, it's a new skill also. Let's find who got it wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 got it wrong. Again, 5 got it wrong. So let's find out together. This again, we move right now to domain 1. And there's an evidence. And you know that the evidence had 3 sub-skills. A scientific, a literary, and quantitative. As you can find here, whenever you find the word quotation, so it's literary. What you want here, to illustrate the claim, as we said before, that he's going to ask you to support, weaken, or illustrate. Support, weaken, or illustrate a claim, so search for claim up. Conclusion, search for conclude up. Assertion, search for assert up. Hypothesis, search for hypothesize up. So here he said a claim. Can we find a claim here? Yes. Look here. But he talked about the student claim. I'm sorry. We need a student claim. Yes, it's here. Claiming that. So did the main part. Actually, it's the whole thing is a sentence. You can read it all. Because it's a whole sentence. He said in a research paper, a student criticizes some historians of modern African politics, claiming that they have evaluated Patrice Lumumba, the main thing, the first prime minister of what is now the Democratic Republic of the Congo, primarily as a symbol rather than in terms of his action. So she criticizes, or he criticizes, claiming that they have evaluated Patrick Lumumba, the first prime minister of what's now the Democratic Republic of Congo, primarily as a symbol rather than in terms of his action. Okay, let's find. Lumumba is a difficult figure to evaluate due to the starkly conflicting opinion he inspired during his life and continues to inspire today. No, I need something that he mentioned him as a symbol, not in the terms of his action. Here he talk about his action. Where is the symbol? Nothing. The available information makes it clear that Lumbaba political beliefs and values were largely consistent throughout his career. Again, no. It doesn't mention anything about that, the symbol and action. Lumbaba practical action, accomplishment can be passed over quickly. It's mainly at the personification symbol of Congolese independence that he warrants scholarly attention. Yes, he talked here about the action and the symbol. Many questions remain about Lumbaba's ultimate vision for an independent Congo without new evidence coming to light. These questions are likely to remain unanswered. Again, he doesn't mention anything about the symbol, so the answer is C. Yes, Rahaf.
Mister, can you re-explain number 6? I don't understand it.
Okay. Again, Rahaf. Here, what I want, Rahaf, to illustrate the claim, and I want to find the word claiming here. He said that
number 6.
number 6. Okay. Ralph, here what we want, actually the function of the underlined sentence. So we want to connect what come before and what come after the underlined part. So let's read it together. Said astronomers are confident that the star Betelgeuse will eventually consume all the helium in its core and explode in a supernova. So now we know that they believe that this star will explode. Here he said, the underlined part that is important for us. They are much less confident, however, about when this will happen, since that depends on internal characteristics of Betelgeuse that are largely unknown. But they don't know when this will happen, when this star will explode. Thank you. That's the underlined part. Why? Because the explosion will depend on internal characteristics. The sentence after. Astrophysics Sarvenial, Badri Nance, and colleagues recently investigated whether acoustic waves in the star could be used to determine internal stellar states, but concluded that this method could not sufficiently reveal Betelgeuse's internal characteristic to allow its evolutionary state to be firmly fixed. The last sentence, there is no underline, he said a team led by Nance start actually investigating those characteristics, but they didn't succeed. They couldn't sufficiently reveal. They didn't succeed to solve the problem. So now, the underlying part. It explained how the work of Nance and colleagues was received by others in the field. In the underlying part, we didn't talk about Nance and colleagues. Nance and colleagues come after. It present the central finding reported by Nance and colleagues. Again, here we didn't talk, we talk after about them. It identified the problem that Nance and colleagues attempt to solve, but didn't. Yes, here the problem is mentioned. And Nance and colleagues in the sentence after, they start to discover it, but they didn't succeed. The last one, it described a serious limitation of the method used by Nance and colleagues. Again, we didn't mention Nance and colleagues here or their method. So the answer is C. Clear, Rahaf?
Yes, clear.
Okay. Let's go to other questions. Solve, please, number 8 and number 9. Number 8 and number 9. I got the answer for number 8 from Muhammad Daykh. Uh, I got number 8 from Majd. Okay. Yani, you want to make me dizzy, Majd. And number 9, I got number 8 from Rimas Hussam, Rimas Tubgi. And number 9, I got number 8 from Muhammad Vagari. Still number 9. I'm gonna move to number 9 a little bit because maybe you're not opening your WhatsApp to see the screen. I got number 8 from Yusuf Yusri. Still number 9. Number 8 and 9 from Sherry. I got 8 and 9 from Ryan. I got 8 and 9 from Rahaf. I got 8 and 9 from Ali Mursi. I got 9 from Muhammad Vagari. I got 8 and 9 from Rafif. Waiting still for the rest. Yusuf Yusri, number 9. Rimas Tamer, 8 and 9. Joanna, 8 and 9. Noor, 8 and 9. Muhammad Daykh, number 9. Okay, I got number 9 from Yusuf Yusri. I got number 9 from Muhammad Daykh. Still waiting for Rimas Tamer, 8 and 9. Joanna, 8 and 9. Noor Ziad, 8 and 9. I'm gonna go up for number 8 again. I got 8 and 9 from Joanna. I got number 8 from 8 and 9 from Rimas Tamer. Waiting for Noor. Noor, number 8 and number 9. I think Noor lost connection. Okay, let's go solve together number 8 and 9 to find out. In number 8, actually, we have one only that got it wrong. In number 8, we have only one that got it wrong. Okay. In number 8, I'm talking here about the scientific. Again, we're still in domain 1. I'm talking about the scientific. How we know that it's scientific? Sorry. Again, In number 8, I'm gonna talk about the main one, the evidence scientific. How I know that it's scientific? From the phrase "if true." From the phrase "if true." What he wants here to weaken, because the question it will come. Weaken, support, illustrate. So here he want to weaken, to be against. To be against. Against what? Against the claim. Astronomers claim. So what you're gonna do? Search for the verb claim up. Search for the word claim up and the claim for astronomers. Okay, let's find out. We can't find actually the word claim. Can you find the word claim here? No. But we have astronomers have decided that. So maybe this is the meaning of claim. So we need to weaken this. So let's take the sentence itself. Let's take the sentence itself. He said some astronomers have decided that host stars, such as the sun, and their planets, such as those in our solar system, are composed of the same materials. So the sun and the planets composed of the same materials. Take care, I want to weaken this. With the planets containing equal or small quantities of the material that make up the host star. Okay, wait, Dr. Tamer. Whenever you have information that you don't know, you have to read all these things just to know what are the material. So here he said, given that the star and planets initially formed from the same gas and dust, so this is the material. This idea also supported by the evidence that rocky planets in our solar system are composed of the same material as the sun. So he talked about the gas and the dust. So now we need to weaken to say that your claim is wrong. They are not the same material, the sun and the planets. Let's find here. Most stars are made of hydrogen and helium. But when cooled, they are revealed to contain small amounts of iron and silt. Wait, Dr. Tamer. We know that they are made of hydrogen and helium, but where are the planets here? Where are the planets? He didn't mention anything about the planets. And I want to prove that they are not made from the same material. So this will not actually support or weaken. A nearby host star is observed to contain the same proportion of hydrogen and helium as that of the sun. He talked about star and sun. I need the star and planets or sun and planets. So again, it's not related. Evidence emerged that the amount of iron in some rocky planets is considerably higher than the amount in their host star. So they are not the same. They are not the same. They don't have the same amount. They don't have the same amount. Here he said that some planets have equal or smaller. Here he said that the iron are larger in the rocky planets, higher than the star. So this will weaken. The method for determining the composition of rocky planets is discovered to be less effective when used to analyze other kind of planets. He doesn't mention anything about the stars or the sun. So the answer is C. This is for the people that they got it wrong. Let's go for number 9. Number 9 is the same thing. Again, we have here F true. So scientific. What he want to support. Support what? An argument. So find the verb argue. It's here. The verb argue is here. So let's take this part. Let's take this sentence. We need to support it. He said scholars such as Armico Baridus. By contrast, the problem by contrast, so he contrasts him to someone else in the previous one, argued that while some Spanish influence is undeniable, Mexican-American folklore is mainly the product of ongoing interactions of various cultures in Mexico and the United States. He said that he can't deny the effect of Spanish, but Mexican folklore is mainly Mexican folklore is mainly the ongoing interaction of various cultures in Mexico and the United States. I don't need to read before, actually. So the folklore that the ethnographers collected included several songs written in the form of desma. The problem that I didn't know what this. But he said it's a time of poem originating in late 16th century Spain. But I need actually the interaction. It doesn't mention anything about Mexico and United States. No. Much of the folklore that the ethnographer collected had similar elements from region to region. This is a general. It's not specific. Most of the folklore that the ethnographer collected was previously known to scholars. It's not related. Most of the folklore that the ethnographer collected consisted of cards, ballads about history and social life of a clearly recent origin. Again, Dr. Tamer, nothing of them mention anything about the interaction of various culture in Mexico and United States. So because of that, we need to read more. Read more to know which one of them. So here he said in the 20th century, ethnographers made a concerted effort to collect Mexican American folklore, but they didn't always agree about the folklore origin. Scholars such early Spencer claimed that Mexican American folklore derived largely from the folklore of Spain. We said that we can't deny, which ruled Mexico. And what's now? Take care of the word now. The southwestern United States from the 16th, early 19th century. Here he mentioned Mexico and now. And here he said of a clearly recent origin. Now. Now. So they're the right answer that mention Mexico and United States. So the answer is D. Okay. So let me just complete what we covered today because I know that some people have tests tomorrow. And they start writing in the chat box that we have tests. And thanks for them that they attend today. We covered together domain 2 completely, the vocab and the function of the underlying sentence. Not all the skills, but this is what I'm gonna just send for you, the annotation for. We covered in domain 1. Let me just remember. We cover in domain 1 the literary evidence and the scientific evidence. So, 2 sub-skills of the evidence. Next time, I want to increase the sessions actually, but because the people still have tests, I'm gonna just stop myself, hold myself. So next time, we have 200 words. You have to do practice 3, module 1, in one prep. You have to solve from number 10 in that test. From number 10 number 17. And see you next Sunday. Goodbye.
Thank
Goodbye,
you,
Miss.
Miss. Bye.
Thank you.
Welcome.